You're in a group, and everyone's talking. Jokes, opinions, stories, noise. And you're quiet. Not because you have nothing to say, but because you're watching, listening, noticing things no one else seems to catch. And if that's you, there's something about your mind most people don't understand. You're not shy, you're not awkward, and you're definitely not bad at socializing. You're doing something far more rare. You're observing. And today, we're breaking down the psychology of people who observe more than they speak and why that gives them an advantage most people never develop. Here's the part nobody tells you. The loudest person in the room usually knows the least about it. Because when you're constantly talking, you're not learning. You're not reading the room. You're not picking up patterns. You're just filling space. But people like you collect information silently. Number 1, you see what others miss. While everyone else is focused on being heard, you're focused on understanding. You notice tone changes, micro-expressions, the moment someone hesitates before answering. You catch inconsistencies, shifts in energy, the difference between what someone says and what they mean. Psychologists call this high perceptual awareness. Your brain is constantly scanning for patterns, not just in words, but in behavior. That's why you can walk away from a conversation and think, something felt off, even when everything sounded fine. Number 2, you don't react, you analyze. Most people respond instantly. Emotion hits, reaction follows. But there's a gap, a pause. You take things in, process them, then decide how to respond. And that changes everything, because reactions are automatic, but responses are intentional. That's why you rarely say something you regret, why you see both sides of a situation, why people come to you for advice even if you don't talk much. Because when you do speak, it actually means something. Number 3, people reveal more than they realize, and you catch it. Here's something most people don't understand. People talk, but they also leak information constantly, through body language, through tone, through what they avoid saying. And because you're not busy talking, you're picking up all of it. You notice who interrupts, who seeks approval, who changes personality depending on who they're around. It's like everyone else is watching the conversation, and you're watching the people inside it. Number 4, silence gives you power. In a world where everyone feels the need to speak, silence stands out. When you don't rush to fill every gap, people start paying attention when you finally do. Because your words aren't constant, they're selective. And that creates weight. It creates presence. There's a reason the quiet person in the room often feels the most intimidating. It's not fear, it's unpredictability. People can't easily read you while you're reading them. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Your silence isn't empty, it's active. Number 5, your inner world is louder than the outside one. While others are focused on what's happening around them, you're processing everything internally, connecting ideas, replaying interactions, analyzing meaning. Neuroscience shows that people who spend more time observing and reflecting often have stronger activity in areas linked to deep thinking and self-awareness. So when it looks like you're doing nothing, your brain is doing a lot. You're not disengaged. You're just operating on a deeper level. Now, there's a side to this most people don't talk about. Sometimes, observing more than speaking isn't just a strength. It can be a defense. Maybe you learned early on that speaking up led to judgment, or being misunderstood, or ignored. So you adapted. You watched instead of participated. You listened instead of expressed. And over time, it became natural. So it's worth asking yourself, am I quiet because I choose to be? Or because I learned to disappear? Because one is power, the other is protection. But for many of you watching this, you're not hiding. You're aware. You've realized something most people haven't yet. That speaking more doesn't make you smarter. Being louder doesn't make you more valuable. And constantly expressing yourself doesn't mean you actually understand anything. You understand something deeper, that observation is information, and information is power. So the next time someone says, "Why are you so quiet?" just remember, you're not quiet. You're paying attention. You're noticing patterns they'll never see, understanding people they'll never understand, and moving through situations with awareness they don't even realize exists. That's not weakness. That's an advantage. A rare one. So tell me, are you the one who talks or the one who watches everything? Drop it in the comments. And if this felt a little too accurate, the next video is going to expose another trait people misunderstand about you. But once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. Click it.